up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We're down here to talk about some, I guess, trending topics. I know Real Housewives of Orange County came on last night, but it's not, well, it's probably up right now, but I haven't checked this morning. But last night, it wasn't on. I think I'm going to put it over here. Sorry for all the noise trying to put the mic on. What was I going to say? Oh, Orange County, yeah. I didn't see it last night on Amazon because I just buy the season on Amazon. This is weird. Okay, is this where the camera is? That's weird. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, I think this is better. This has a better angle. Oh, let me take these off. I think I'm going to dye my hair this weekend. I keep saying it. I haven't dyed my hair. I think I dyed my hair once this year. Have y'all seen me with blonde hair this year? I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to watch Orange County. If y'all going to watch it, I'll review it. I love Orange County. I love Housewives, period. I love the experiment. I love watching these people behave. I love hearing their stories. I'm thankful that they're sharing their lives with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's not easy, especially when you fucking up over there like Porsha. Oh shit, girl. Does that look like a come up happening over there? Scrounging for crumbs, trying to figure out who I'm gonna fuck anybody to get a bag. Girl, no. Ooh, it's a mess. Did y'all see her on Tamron Hall? That was a mess, girl. Somebody in the comments about a few months ago said every time Porsha lie, she grow another tooth. Oh, alligator mouth over there scrounging, just being with anybody. Trying, you know what it is? This is what I think about Porsha. I think what she's doing is trying to find somebody to take care of her family, and I think that's with the encouragement of her mother, and it's just always been like that. Because when Cordell said that Diane was in his bed eating a pizza, baby, I knew right then. I said, "Oh, that's it. Find you any nigga by hook or crook. It doesn't matter if you got to end up with a scammer that so that we can at least fly all over the world. We can hit this lick like Porsha be hitting licks with niggas. That's what it is." She'd be trying to hit licks in the guise of I want a family. No, girl, you just want somebody to take care of you and Diane. And now PJ. I know PJ gonna be looking. She gonna be looking like this forever. Looking mad like, what is this? Where did I land, honey? Did I choose this, mama? Porsha. I told y'all she be moving like she's in survival mode. That shit is crazy to me. When I'd be looking at her, I'd be like, and then like I was talking to Diva the other day, and I was like, you just gotta understand, a lot of stupid people have platforms because you thinking like she gotta be some like smart in some way for her to be like moving like this in life, right? She has a platform, she has eyes on her, there has to be some level of intelligence. Bitch, I saw a clip from that show and she said something about being brain dead. I said, oh no, you shouldn't say nothing about that. You shouldn't say nothing about being brain dead, girl. And then a couple people asked me, was I going to review that show? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have no interest in Porsha and her shenanigans. One circus leaves town and here comes another damn circus with a Nigerian sideshow. Girl, no. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. You over there with the scammer of the century. You the husband still of the century. What did Dennis say? You the husband still of the century. Dennis knows and is very aware. He said Porsha would have never gotten with me had I not had money. Which, like, literally makes sense. Like, why, honey, a lot of girls, honey, a lot of girls have mismanaged their pocketbook. Trust me, I have. I have. Honey, you mismanage your pocketbook, you end up connected to whatever it is, girl. But you got to move the right way. If you're going to have a baby with somebody, they might as well have some kind of money, right? I mean, I guess, but some of these girls, they be getting the wrong niggas with money, because the niggas be like, no, we're not getting any of this. I don't give a damn if I shot up the club. Yeah, so that, what was I saying? Yeah, so Orange County. So I'm gonna watch Orange County. I'm a if y'all want me to review it, I'll review it. Heather's back. Heather's back. Gina, Emily. The other day I couldn't remember her name. Emily. Emily is okay. Heather Dubrow back. They said that she did a tour of her house. It turned into MTV Cribs. I want to put my hood on, but I want to put it like, there needs to be like, who is it? Yeah, see, you see how this hood, see, this is a design idea that I'm giving to somebody right now. So I should be able to take my hood with a like a button or something, and then put it like this, right? So I can have it either around my neck, right? This is a design idea for somebody. Hello. Put it around my neck, or I can unbutton it and put it on my head, right? And if I want to take it off, I can button it. You can like kind of maybe tuck it. I don't know, but sometimes I'll be wanting to put it around my neck because I think it's cute because the way the sleeves go. But whatever. Sorry for all the noise. I know the microphone is moving around because I'm moving my clothes around. So y'all have said about Santa Claus delivering his gifts to the men's at night. Y'all mad. Super Scent is mad. I love when y'all expose yourselves. I love when y'all uphold the illusions of white supremacy and the illusions of patriarchy and the illusions of all the illusions, all the programs, all of the codes. Yeah, I love when y'all do that. I love it. I love when people, that's one thing I was thinking about last night, and I couldn't really figure out how to wrap like my thoughts about it. Like I was trying to figure out, like, I asked this question on Twitter, and I asked, would you feel better knowing someone was racist, misogynistic, homophobic, or that they kept it to themselves? I wonder if anyone ever says, you know what? I'm racist. You know what? I'm homophobic. I don't like gay motherfuckers. You know what? I don't like black people. You know what? I'm xenophobic. You know what? I don't fucking like women. Like, do people like, would we rather hear people actually tell us how they feel like that? And I was thinking about it, like, because Super Scent has something to say about the I posted it on my IG, had something to say about Santa gets a boyfriend, a holiday commercial celebrating LGBTQ plus rights, right? Somebody in my comments said it could it be pandering? Of course it's pandering. Whenever you see a bunch of rainbows fly up somewhere, you know what, it's pandering. You know what it is. Whenever you see a bunch of Black Lives Matter shit up there, the shit is pandering. They're pandering, right? But yeah, but then it's not so much the action, right? It's the response, right? That we come down here and talk about all the time, right? The response. What is society saying? What is this small little blip of society saying about this? And then when you start like filtering through the societal, makeup of who are saying these things, right? Who are saying these things? A lot of black people, a lot of black people are homophobic, y'all, or anti-gay, or have an aversion, or they dislike, or they feel it's a sin. Like feeling that being gay is a sin is homophobic as fuck. So I don't care if you want to wrap God around it or wrap a scripture around it. That shit is homophobic. to say that being gay is a sin. Like that's probably like the top shit of the, like, that's where you start. When you start injecting saying God, an entity of creation, created this human being, and what this human being embodies is a sin. That's crazy as hell. That's crazy as hell to even, one, entertain it, two, say it over and over again to other people, and three, actually practice that to the point where you tell people, I love you, but I don't love the sin. You love them. What they say? Don't love the sin, love the sinner, or whatever. So you believe that someone is committing a sin. Okay. So Santa baby, he's down by the chimney, honey, with his dick out, apparently. Giving out gifts. I said last night, all this is gonna come together, right? My tweet and this Santa Claus and Super Sin. This is what I was starting to think last night, right? And I said it, and I said it on Twitter and Instagram. I said it's funny that we assume, that's when you know the programming is real. When you assume that this fictional character is heterosexual simply because there's a Mrs. Claus and there's some elves running around. But you and we know a few men with whole families, right? Who deliver their gifts at night to men. I know a few. I'm sure you do. So it's funny to assume that somebody is heterosexual when they're living a completely bisexual life, living in their bisexuality. I've seen it 100 times. I've seen men have full Facebook families who have sex with men. That might be Santa's story. But for you to assume that Santa is straight, the assumption is what fucks y'all up. That's what really fucks y'all up, is to assume that heterosexuality is the default. And then you show your ass when something like this comes out. You really are showing your ass about a fictional character. It's not real. It's not. It's not real. These structures that you uphold inadvertently, you don't even realize it. These constructs that you uphold, completely eliminating the idea that sexuality is actually a spectrum. And human beings have sex for pleasure. Yes, sex and intercourse, the purpose is for procreation, but humans have sex for pleasure. And humans are going to seek pleasure in other human beings. And we have placed restrictions and constraints on a human being to say, you can only find pleasure from this person. And if you find pleasure in this person, then something is wrong with you. We have decided that. Who gets to make those choices? Like, it's so weird. But anyways, so I was thinking, like, would you rather for people like Super Cent was like, we can't create a fictional character to reflect diversity in our shared humanity. Why are we changing the narratives that have been created far before we were born? Why can't non-fictional actors, singers, rappers, designers, and people within the influence just portray the real sexuality? The real sexuality, what is that? What if all this time you thought that heterosexuality was the real sexuality and it was actually homosexuality? And when, what were the people believing in before this fictional character was created so that you can spend a whole bunch of money and celebrate this person? But then also at the same time, run around and say, I ain't telling my kids some white man is coming down the chimney bringing them gifts. I give them these motherfucking gifts. But now you trying to uphold some shit, some fake shit, like literally upholding a fictional character, upholding what is really a spectrum and not just one-sided. Goes both ways, and sometimes it goes across. Shout out to the pansexuals. That's humanity. Why do we have to alter stories and traditional things? Listen to what you're saying. What was the tradition before? Because traditions change. And a lot of times traditions are rooted in some shit that's unhealthy when you like peel back the layers. Why do we have to alter stories and traditional things to make anyone more acceptable to the LGBTQ community? We could say this, like, we could just switch it up a little bit. Like, why can't we create a fictional character to reflect diversity in our shared humanity? Why are we changing the narratives that have been created far, far before we were born? Why can't non-fictional characters or non-fictional actors, singers, rappers, designers, and more people with an influence just portray their real race? Why do we have to alter stories and traditional things to make anyone more acceptable to the Black community?
In Slate, they have a piece on .com. Santa Claus should not be a white man anymore. And when I saw this headline, I kind of laughed and I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa, you know? And by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But, you know, Santa is what he is, and just so you know, we're just debating this because someone wrote about it, kids.
How does that sound? You like the way that sounds? That one kind of stings a little bit, huh? That doesn't sound, you don't like that. You don't like that. You don't like when somebody upholds the construct of race, right? Because the real race is the white race, right? Oh, do you understand it now, huh? You know what? I'm going to leave it alone. What I wanted to say was that, would you prefer, like, there's people know that homophobia or any type of whatever phobia, they know that it's wrong. It's not the place where we're going, and that's why people don't want to be called racist or homophobic or misogynistic. They don't want to be called those things because they know that the label suggests and implies and says that you are anti something other in humanity, another human being. You are anti them. It's like weird, right? And you really don't, are anti to the point where you're trying to uphold a fictional character. That's letting you know that your intolerance is deep, deep, deep. Yes, it's pandering. Yeah, I think it's pandering. Why does everybody have to be, why does everything have to be geared towards? It is pandering, right? Because we do live in a capitalistic society, and a lot of these things are in order to gain a demographics money, right? So if I open diversity and show that we are accepting of, maybe that consumer who is of that will buy this. We know the game. I mean, like, you know the game. And you up here. So I want to know, like, if you have a problem with Black people, if you have a problem with gay people or LGBTQ, if you have a problem with women, if you have a problem with Black people, why aren't more people just honest about how they feel? Because I do like my racist. I do want to spot out the homophobes, because I don't want to be in community with anyone who has an intolerance for women. I don't want to be in community with anyone who has an intolerance for Black people. I don't want to be in community with anyone who has an intolerance to children. I don't want to be in community with anyone who has an intolerance to LGBTQ queer people. I don't want to be. So I want you to say the things that you say so that I can know who I'm in community with, who to expect things from. I think, and one thing that I thought about yesterday, I said, she'll probably say, I'm not homophobic. This, but your idea that you're trying to uphold, it's based in homophobia. And I don't want to say it's okay, but I want to say, like, if you acknowledge it, like, yeah, it is, and then maybe ask yourself why, then maybe you could kind of you could maybe stand in it a little better. Because, like, racists, they don't want to be called racist because they know how disgusting it is. They know how disgusting it is and how feeble-minded you look, that you don't like another person because their skin is darker than yours. Nobody wants to admit to being that feeble-minded. Nobody wants to admit that some man stood up in the front of the church and convinced them, and some book that has been written by humans and how humans operate, and this book written has told you to have an intolerance to gay people, and you've really accepted that, and you really practice it and execute it on a daily basis. Nobody wants to admit that they have taken something out of a book and applied it to their life, even if it is actually detrimental to humanity, in the name of God. Yeah, that shit is wild as fuck. In the name of the creator, the designer, in the name of the designer, you believe that the designer only made white people, made a man first. Like, nobody wants to admit that somebody has actually injected that into their mind and they've accepted it and they actually say it out of their mouth. I don't think anybody would admit that, but I would like for people to admit that. I want to know if you don't like women, man or woman, non-binary. I want to know if you don't like people who identify as women, femmes. I want to know. So would you want to know? And then would I think it would people be okay with actually admitting that they have an aversion or a phobia towards another group of humans? Are people willing to admit that? Because people say things all the time that can be construed as, anti-gay, anti-black, anti-woman. They say it all the time, but then they'll say, I'm not anti-woman. I love women. And their idea of love is placing, or they'll say, I love women, but it's all like to objectify, and it's like to use them as mattress and mules, but they love what women do for them, right? And not necessarily love women. I don't know. I just thought those were some things that I was thinking about yesterday. So it is what it is, whatever. That's what it is. Then this other tweet, right? There was this tweet that said, you rather be single than forgive a nigga you love for cheating from time to time. In parentheses, it says, not hoeing, but just being a man. How many times do I say down here that the bad behavior that men embody and that they've been socialized to demonstrate is built into their manhood, into their existence from utero? They are given excuses, right? It's funny how many excuses men are given in terms of how they are developing from boys, but then you grow them up to make them believe that they should lead the people who develop faster than them, right? In an effort to make women, girls to women, responsible for every single issue in society, you have to say they develop faster than boys. But then as you grow up, you give boys this idea that because they have penises, that they are allowed to behave in ways, and women will accept that because we have told them boys will be boys and men will be men. That phrase does not exist when it comes to women. There is no phrase girls will be girls and women will be women. And those phrases are not attached to bad behavior. Whenever you hear someone say boys will be boys or men will be men, it is attached to some bad behavior. And that goes all the way up to cheating, where this idea that men cheat more than women, that men cheat, that men cheat. And that's something that men do. So when you are socialized to believe that that's just something that men do, you are more apt to accept it. And you also agree as you're growing up, even though you have been told you develop faster than boys, that this man needs to lead you. A man needs to lead you, even though you've been told your whole life that girls develop faster than boys. But somehow something happened where the cog went this way, to where even though you were told that girls develop faster than boys, you grow up to believe that a man should lead you and be the head of everything simply because he has a penis. And his bad behavior is because that's just what men do. The excuse within the game of this patriarchy, the pillars, I call it the pillars of patriarchy. In the pillars of patriarchy, men are provided this false sense of I'm supposed to be a leader simply because I have a penis. That's how it works. And the women are told you develop faster than boys, but you can't do what we do. You're not smart enough to do what we do. We're going to pay you less than just because you have a vagina. That shit is crazy. Y'all don't ever think about shit like that? And then this guy, he responds to that tweet and says, you are recommending people choose a person who constantly disrespects them over their own peace and sanity. Love yourself more. Hallelujah. And then we hear Iyanla. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's connected to my Bluetooth. Hold on. Let me turn my Bluetooth off so you can hear Iyanla talk about people cheating and what that comes from, right? I think that if you agree to monogamy with a person who is non-monogamous, they're going to cheat on you because you've agreed to monogamy and therefore it's cheating, but you're in a relationship with someone who's non-monogamous. And a lot of men will lie and say that they're monogamous when they're really, I think all of us are non-monogamous, but I believe that we choose monogamy, right? You choose that's a person that you're going to choose and make an agreement with and therefore a contract with, right? So listen to this.
I don't believe in cheating. I want to know, what agreements did we have? Did we have an agreement and a commitment that this was a monogamous relationship? And if we did, and you violated that agreement and you violated that commitment, that tells me that you don't have no integrity And that don't have nothing to do with me. And I don't choose to be in relationship with people who surrender their integrity, who don't have integrity. Women take on the cheating as though it has something to do with him. You got to look at this person and say, okay, this person's got integrity issues. This person has issues with honesty. Is that something I want to deal with?
And I said, just being a man, because that's what the first tweet says, right? Not hoeing, but just being a man, right? And I said, just being a man. Didn't I tell y'all that the excuse for their dishonorable behavior is built into their very existence? And then they'll turn around and blame you for it. And then you'll turn around and blame another woman for it, instead of actually blaming him, because you've been taught this whole time that that's just what they do. That's just what they do. No, that's not just what they do. They lied to you and entered into a monogamous relationship because you have been taught to run and go under tables and scrounge for crumbs looking for a monogamous relationship. And so you will choose anyone. And even though you know that this person is non-monogamous, you will still enter into a relationship because you can feel that your pussy is better than hers. And he is not going to, because he didn't practice monogamy with the last 6 women. And for some reason, you've been told you got the Aquafina, right, that will make him behave. But then you excuse the bad behavior because you believe that that bad behavior is built into his existence, into his manhood. That's the socialization. And just like Iyanla said, the women take it on. You, the one who have been told you develop faster, you have to take on the burden of this man cheating and believing that somehow he cheated because you weren't good enough, not because he was non-monogamous. And he's a liar and he deceived you into a monogamous relationship and had no intentions of being monogamous because he's non-monogamous. You're non-monogamous as well, but you're choosing monogamy because that's what you've been told and that's how it works and that's what it is and that's what you need to aspire to gain and this is what you need, and you need a partner and someone to live forever with and grow old with and all that other good stuff. And so you're accepting of behavior. Men very rarely accept cheating, non-monogamous behavior from women they're in relationship with, even if they're non-monogamous. They want you to be monogamous. They want you to have swallowed and digested this idea of what you need in order to be complete. Then I said, men know a woman will stay after he cheats because she has been socialized to believe that a cheating man is part of his humanhood as a man. You know, a man's going to be a man. The excuse is built into their socialized existence, and women are programmed to put up with it. How many times have you seen the question, do men cheat more than women? No, they don't. They don't cheat more. It's more acceptable for men to cheat because you've been told that that's just what they do. And in a patriarchy, men behaving badly is okay. Look at the baby. Men behaving badly is okay. A woman behaving badly is a whore, all of these things. Unfit, all of these things. Everything is wrong. It's the woman. 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 That's what you get to say in a patriarchy. It's the woman. It's the woman. It's her fault. All of it is her fault. From beginning to end, it's her fault. Serial killers, whose fault it is? They mama, right? How many times you listen to serial killers talk about their mother? It was her. It was their mom, right? In the black community, the things that go on in the black community is always put on who? The woman. It's the woman's fault. The single mom fault, right? It's her fault. The man. That's just what men do. It's normalized. This is what men do. That's just what they do. That's not what they just do. They've been allowed to do that because we live in that type of society, but that's not what they do. And women are taught to accept bad behavior from men because that's just how they are. It's really sad. And you really accept that. Like, it's really acceptable. And women cheat as well, but they are more um, diligent in ensuring that nobody finds out because it's not acceptable for her to do it. It's not acceptable. So, I don't know. I think I'm done talking. It's so ridiculous that you really say not hoeing, but just being a man. What, like, you really like? And then I always think, like, who teaches y'all these things? I know it's society. I know it's their peers, and it's like no one. And it's what's sad is that no one in the room is like, y'all, this is crazy. Y'all don't think this is crazy? Y'all don't think it's crazy that women are told that we should lead them simply because we have penises? No man is going to say that because that's a privilege that they have to automatically assume because they have a penis that he's a leader. He should lead the world. A woman that cannot do that. She can't do that. The fact that this country just has never had a woman president and never had a woman president is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. How can you tell me that I develop faster than you, yet you are capable of running the world and I'm not? You are more capable. You are more skillful at it. Girl, please. That shit is crazy as hell. And that's the shit people agree to. You agree to that man is this. And then you agree that, oh yeah, the default setting to this person is also that they're heterosexual. Like it's people assume that people are heterosexual until they say they're not. Stop. Am I lying? Unless the person is clearly queer. They got rainbows and rockets shooting out from behind their backpacks, whatever the fuck. But we are taught that the default setting to a human is heterosexual. And you were taught that, and it was put in a book, like a book to where that you've aligned to how God, the entity of the source of creation, operates. And you're going to wrap God in it and say that this is the way it's supposed to be. And I believe that your existence is a sin. I don't think anybody would actually want to admit to that. Like, I think that's maybe why people don't want to admit to, like, being racist, homophobic, misogynistic, xenophobic, because you don't want to, you actually accepting and acknowledging that your brain has been like this, somebody has been like doing this, to where you actually say out loud and uphold these ideas that I hate the sin, I love the sinner. Girl, did you just say that out your mouth? What? Did you really say that that person's existence is a sin, that you've aligned to whatever a sin is? Something bad, something that could send you to the depths of hell. Shout out to Montero for going down that stripper pole to hell, since y'all want to condemn people to hell. It's funny because you condemn people to hell, but then when they actually show what it looks like, right? Then you're like, no, you're messing with the devil. But you just said that the niggas was going to hell. So then what is it? What is it? What y'all want? Oh, humans. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. I'm done talking. Take care of each other and protect your energy. Peace.